Hey guys, this is Jake Mattern. Mega Capital G asked me to do a video for you guys on my regional deck list. I got first place at the Kissimmee Regionals with Gladiator Beasts. So yeah, I'm gonna show you guys the deck list, give explanation about card choices and such. Two Laquari, two Darius. The Hopalomus, there's been a lot of more like 1900s in format, such as Thunder King, and heroes are pretty widely played, and there's just been enough, and the format's slowed down from last format. That card just tends to get hit a lot, and it's just really nice to have as an option. So this works for me. I like the Hopalomus right now. Stratos, Prisma, Tigers. It's because I'm playing the Hero Lives engine. About the Hero Lives engine, my opinion on it is that it can, compared to the control, or the slower builds, the Tigerless builds, Rabbit builds, all that stuff, I feel like it can control the game just as well, if not better than those builds, because it has quicker Exceed access, and the difference is, though, that it has a much better recovery game than all those builds, because of the ability of just massive Geyserist spam. So it just, means you have to manage your life points. That's the only downside to it, so. But, yeah. It's a Book of Moon, Reborn, Darkhold back there. As you see, I'm not playing MST or Heavy. Not playing Heavy is an old preference of mine. I just prefer not to get Starlight Roaded and losing the game because of it, because I don't have a bunch of free guys that makes it really easy to get over Stardust. And also, I just really never seem to need the Heavy Storm. I prefer my opponent playing with the fear of Heavy Storm the entire game. So, as for the MST, I noticed that I'd rather play Lances and Safe Zones because they're more versatile cards, and they end up serving the same purpose, basically because anytime I want to actually MST a card, I'm looking to MST a card that would remove my monster, since my whole deck's obviously based around monsters. Now, why not, instead of trying to MST to fish out and hit the right card and possibly missing and hitting the wrong one, why not run the cards that just negate the cards that I'm trying to stop, and just and let my Glad Beasts like Bestiari and Geyserish just do the rest of the work and hit the dead stuff. Also, just even besides that point, these cards have a second purpose, which they can actually stop attacks, which an MST can't do. So you're just not blown out of the water when you draw like MSTs against, Chaos Dragons and stuff. So that's basically my reason behind it. As for the warning plays, which these obviously can't stop, that's where Call of the Haunted and Reborn comes in play. So, yeah. 2 Chariot. The reason for that is basically, so basically I've never lost a game to never drawing the Chariot, or it's never drawing Chariot, but I've lost many games to drawing 2 Chariots. Because what happens is, you'll have one in your hand, or you'll be cycling 1 Chariot the entire game with a quest. Then all of a sudden you draw into the second one, and now since your opponent's obviously playing around that first Chariot, now they're playing around 2 of your backfields at the exact same time, which in many cases can cost you the game, since Chariot isn't the most flexible card ever. So, at least, nowhere as flexible as, like, Safe Zone Lands, that type of thing. It's just, too good to pass up in this deck, that's why. So, anyways, that's why I played 2 Chariot. It's 2 Call of Haunted, 2 Torrential, 2 Bottomless, 2 Prison, 2 Warning, Judgment, Compulse, Road. I like the 1 Road better than 2 in here, because I don't like to ever draw a road, or ever a double draw road. That's what I meant. And I don't feel like I ever really need to draw it. As for the Compulse, the deck's already 42 cards at this point, so that's why I'm not playing more than 1. But it's just a nice little one of. It's not amazing versus every deck, but I can make at least 1 work, even against the decks that I don't like it against, because I can at least use it to protect my GBs. The extra deck, 2 Geyserist, Esadari, Herc, because that's all you really need GB fusion-wise. That's a Stardust. MX Saber Invoker. I actually use that card a lot, probably more than Leviair Dragon, because basically what happens is, if you have a bunch of extra Tigers in hand and 1 GB, and all you've drawn is 1 GB the entire game, This card ends up being like that card that helps you go or get more GBs onto the field, because you can go tag that GB into a Bestiary, Special Tiger, bring out Darius from the deck, go on the Geyserus. Also, he's really interesting when you end up with plays where you really need to make a rank 4. You desperately need to end with a rank 4, but all you can possibly do is, like after a Geyserus play, end with a 4-star GB and a 3-star GB. Let's say because you badly need to Murmillo something, like a Gores or something. Now, what you do is you just special the Tiger, Exceed with the Murmillo into Invoker, detach special Darius from the deck, and then go into the rank 4. Like, let's say you desperately need to make Roach against Tyrotics or Chaos Dragons or something. So, it's a nice option to have. Leviair Dragon, because it's Leviair Dragon, gets back your Vestie. Acid Golem, because 2 Tiger and Acid Golem is pretty good. Maestroke, that card's just amazing in this deck, because it sets up all your GB plays while protecting you. Roach, that's a Heroic Champion Excalibur back there. I'm probably dropping him, or I'm dropping him for Gaga Gunman when that card comes out, but Excalibur is still decent. It's just that the only way I can ever make him is off of a Hero Lives play, so, because it needs 2 warriors. Shockmaster, that card's actually amazing in this deck, because I can turn 1 Shockmaster in here with, if I open Hero Lives and a Reborn, or Hero Lives and a Tiger, because I just go Hero Lives for Stratos, get Prisma, summon Prisma, pitch Tiger into Darius, get back the GB, go into Shockmaster, detach a GB, call spells, set back rows, and then I can just use a quest to cycle back the GBs that are getting detached, so it's just a game winner if you ever open that. And that's Utopia and Utopia Ray. Our Utopia Ray is actually really busted in here because of Hero Lives. Because basically, if you're at 2,000 or less life, Hero Lives will cut you down to 1,000 or less already. And then since Hero Lives can bring out Stratos, you just go Stratos, get Prisma, summon Prisma, make the 1 card Utopia Ray, and then, you know, detach 3 times, swing 4,000 over a guy for game. Like, it's really dumb. And that's a Gemini Pearl. And then the side deck, I side deck Second Hopalomus. That's basically for any of the games where if I'm playing against a deck that Retiari just really isn't very good against, might as well have an extra 21 beater, and that conveniently is usually like, you know, the anti-meta decks or like the hero decks and that type of thing. So, yeah. Cyber Dragon Chimera Tech. I choose not to extra deck the Chimera Tech only because I'm already going to be dropping cards like Heroic Champion Excalibur and such in a month anyway, and or for other stuff. So I'm going to eventually have to resort to putting that in the extra deck regardless. So I'm just doing it now so I have more diversity in the main extra deck. And then yeah, the 1 Cyber Dragon, just because like Prisma can even go into it. So it's just, even though Doberman can sometimes be nicer against decks like Geargia, it's just too easy to go into against this deck. So, or in this deck. So 3 MST, 2 Trap Stun, 2 Mirror Force, 2 Shadow Mirror. That's just because I have extra side deck space for decks like Dark World and such, and yeah, it actually allows me to side out my Chariot against them, because now I'm not like reliant to have a GB on the field just to negate stuff. A Fiendish Chain, just because I'd rather side Chain than a 3rd Chariot, because again, I don't want to ever draw 2 Chariot, but at least Chain has the versatility of being able to be used when it exceeds on the board, and also the fact that it can stop an attack. The extra Compulse, and the extra Road. Besides that, that's it. I love how this deck runs, and you guys can or feel free to ask questions. I'll definitely be checking out the video to answer questions, so hope you guys like it.